This just in, Shannon Sharpe sued for $50 million for R-ing woman and threatening to end her after demanding complete control over her. Now, this is just reported 4-ish hours ago, so this is breaking news, all right? So I'm gonna go through the news story and provide you guys my perspective as we go through it. First Take star Shannon Sharpe has been accused of forcibly assaulting a woman who is seeking a minimum of $50 million in damages. The woman, identified only as Jane Doe in court documents, alleged that after meeting with Sharpe at a gym in Los Angeles in January of 2023, the former NFL tight end relentlessly pursued her. Okay, let's keep going. Now, Doe, who was 20 years old at the time, right, that's so be the 27-year-old age gap, alleged that Sharpe called and texted her demanding she come to his Beverly Glen mansion, according to the lawsuit, which was filed in Nevada on Sunday. The woman revealed in court records that she and Sharpe were eventually involved in a consensual relationship. Okay, how did he call, text, demand, as what she says, relentlessly pursued? See, back in the olden days, that's how you got a woman. You wanted to show interest in said lady, so you went out your way to wine, to dine, to show respect, to follow up in communication. But nowadays, that thing deserves a lawsuit. Oh, but wait, they were eventually in a consensual relationship. However, the plaintiff alleges suffering from controlling and verbal abuse. Don't they always? He demanded complete control over her time and body, as if she couldn't say no, expecting her to be at his house on his schedule, at his command, whenever he called, attorney Tony Busby wrote in the lawsuit. Now, the lawyer against Shannon Sharpe, Tony Busby, it might ring a bell because this is the same lawyer that is in charge of representing more than 50 plaintiffs in lawsuits against Diddy. So he's not new to this, but he's staying true to representing women that have allegations against famous men, famous entertainers. Busby, a Texas-based attorney, is famously known for representing more than 20 plaintiffs who came forward with assault allegations against NFL quarterback Deshaun Watson in early 2021. And one encounter, Jane Doe alleged she was terrified after getting into an argument with the First Take star, 56 years old, who was yelling at her with a firearm visible within the room. The plaintiff alleged that Sharpe grabbed her by the back and threatened to end her after he noticed she tried sharing her location with her friends from her iPhone. And I quote, Sharpe saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I will effing end you, the lawsuit read.
I will end you.
Despite the alleged violent incident, Doe and Sharpe continued their relationship, but the plaintiff attempted to break things off with the former tight end after he embarrassingly went on Instagram live stream while engaging in S. So apparently she didn't know that she was one of the side chicks and wanted to get back at him after that tape went live. In the live stream, which occurred last September, Sharpe's 3.3 million followers could hear moans and other S comments from the video. Sharpe, who initially claimed that his account had been hacked, admitted that the noises heard were indeed him getting it down. Now, also, too, I remember in one of his other YouTube shows, not Club Shay Shay, he actually apologized for this incident.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon. Shay, there are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times. And I always try to be professional at all times, even when I'm behind closed doors. I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities. But to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, yeah, I'm disappointed in myself. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, gazed at an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so
it's so relatable.
All of a sudden, my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie, and he says, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what?
Stroking
I'm
cheeks.
like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again because you called me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart sank.
Now, there's still a lot of people out there that think that this was a PR move because there was like rumors going around regarding his sexuality because of that video of him in the green jumpsuit getting about the car. I personally do not believe that. I can see someone who's not that familiar with Instagram accidentally clicking that button. Shit, I am often double and triple checking that I didn't hit no live button on my social media as well. But apparently Jane Doe didn't like that because she is claiming in a lawsuit that after that infamous incident, she tried to break things off with Shannon, which she alleged led to him R-ing her. In October 2024, Doe claimed that the Denver Broncos star forced himself on her in her apartment as she cried and sobbed. The second violent incident allegedly occurred in January, where Doe claimed Sharpe came to her house with promises of delivering Christmas and birthday gifts for her. However, Sharpe allegedly assaulted her again. A woman can say yes to consensual relations with a man 99 times, but when she says no even once, that no means no, the suit reads, according to NBC Sports. I'm also guessing that this is in there as well because they were still engaging in a consensual relationship, but let's proceed. Defendant Shannon Sharpe, a man who is accustomed to getting what he wants, completely fails to understand this basic concept. After many months of manipulating and controlling the plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatening to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharpe refused to accept the answer no and R'd the plaintiff, despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no. The alleged assaults occurred in Nevada, according to attorney Busby. ESPN at the time has declined the comment when approached by news outlets. All right, now that's the particular news story, and there's actually a bunch of different ways I want to try to attack this particular topic right here. First off, the TLDR, too long didn't read. What is it that I think about this situation?
Bullshit.
She's lying.
This is some bullshit.
I don't believe her. I think that now, at the time that she wants to be able to utilize the bank account of a star, she is going to use the avenue of the old tried and true method of utilizing the public perception that a man cannot control himself or stay disciplined to not force himself on this particular woman. I think that this is a woman scorned who did not know that Shannon had a stable, so to speak, had not gotten over the situation, and at the point that he is ending the relationship with her, all of a sudden now she was assaulted. When you read articles like this, you have to take note of some of the context clues within this. They first start off and they are saying that he coerced her, so to speak, into this relationship. But wasn't a consensual relationship? Did she have not autonomy within herself to choose yes to be in a relationship with a high status, high power, and high bank account individual? She had authority to be able to do that. Are you saying that Shannon Sharpe forced her to be in a relationship with her for all of those months, for all of that time? That when Shannon Sharpe calls from his mansion surrounded by all his luxurious items, all his material, all of his cars, with all of his status, she is begrudgingly saying no because she is being forced into that situation. I just don't believe it. I know that we live in a society of #BelieveAllWomen, but I like to think that we are in a society of innocent until proven guilty. Or matter of fact, #BelieveNoWoman or #BelieveNo person until you put this in front of a jury of their peers and we can see the evidence from both sides of the coin, and then we can make an intelligent decision off of that. But to be honest with you, I'm tired of seeing the same tried and true, dusty ass method of how to destroy a man. And the abuse is so impactful that you actually have people creating books about how to destroy a man, such as this book right here. A wave of misconduct, allegations, and powerful men have exploded recently in the media, and a bold social movement has begun with brave women coming forward and being applauded for speaking out and sharing their stories. As a result, accused men like Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer, Charlie Rose, and Dodsworth have been removed from power and are suffering the consequences. In this book, How to Destroy a Damn Man empowers women by a step-by-step guide for destroying a man's reputation and removing him from power. In easy to understand terms, the handbook reveals and explains the fundamental dynamics between allegations, the media, and authority as they relate to male misconduct in today's society. It also unveils and details practical, real-world methods for leveraging allegations, media, and authorities to dethrone a man from power. Feminism nonfiction. So we're at the point within our society, if they're writing literature about how to lie, up to the point of getting a Busby to prosecute famous people like a Shannon Sharpe. Now, I think Diddy's guilty. Let me just say that real quick. But to prosecute people like a Shannon Sharpe, then why would I believe any of this? Without a video, without any evidence. If he did those things, did you record it on your cell phone? Can we see the cell phone footage?
This is character assassination.
It's also extremely interesting and fishy that this allegation comes right as the Club Shay Shay is reportedly set to a massive $100 million deal after his previous contract with the Volume expired, according to Front Office Sports. This deal will reportedly include other podcasts under the Shay Shay Media Network. Sharpe's popularity and success of Club Shay Shay have made him highly sought after figure in the podcasting world. So yeah, this is a shakedown.
This is a robbery.
He gets reportedly a 9-figure deal and an 8-figure lawsuit. So yeah, I don't believe this. I think that it's a shakedown. Now, listen, the last thing that I want to say for everybody, and this goes to all of my G's out there, you must understand that if you are within a period of life where you're in your grind, you're in your hustle, you're gaining a high income earning skill, and you're trying to figure out how to transition all of that into making income, high income into the future, creating yourself to be a high value man. The higher that you go up, the more value that you can create, the higher your status, the more power, the more risk that you are to yourself, unless you are being extremely defensive with different people that you keep around you. Far gone are the days where you can accept everybody within your space, within your social circle. You have to comb through the women that are trying to enter in your life with a fine-tooth comb. And this goes for male friends as well, because you must understand that what it is that you do in order to create this value, it is not easy to do. And there are so many scammers out there in the world that will stop at nothing to get what you have earned yourself, but effort need not apply. And they're scammers by every sense and meaning of the word. And then for Shannon Sharpe's case, there is currently not a system of a countersuit that would make sense. You can be sued as Shannon Sharpe for $50 million, and it really puts your life up on hold. But what is he gonna do back to her? If it's determined to be a false allegation, what recourse does he have? Was he going to sue her for $50 million? Meanwhile, she's probably net negative when it comes to a total asset perspective. But anyway, protect yourself at all times. There are vultures out there that are waiting to dismantle you, and they want to see nothing more than to destroy you. And if they can get money on the back end from you and watch your demise, it makes everything for them worth it. Guys, drop me your comments down below. What is it that you think about this particular situation? Do you agree with me? Do you think that this is a shakedown? Do you think that is not a shakedown and that I'm tripping? Let me know down in the comment box down below. I really want to see what you guys think about this. Last but not least, I will see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.